I didn't realize that my mic was off. No, hold on. I'm actually posting the live stream link. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. It's so weird because what I have to do is actually I have to go live first so I can post the link. There we go. Oh, wait, you can't hear that. All right, guys. Let's see here. So, let me go here. Stop. Okay. Cool. How y'all doing? Wait, your phone's in. What's up, peeps? Sorry about that. I didn't give you guys the little intro with the, hold on, I got you. Give me a sec. Here. Look at the little intro. I'll do it for 30 seconds, then we can talk. There we go. I think that's enough. There we go. Castle defense was impeccable. Bro. Words cannot describe that defensive performance in the second half. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see how many segments we're going to do because I want to see, because I don't want to waste time on something that we're not even going to talk to the masses about. Like, I don't want to record anything that we're not going to talk to the masses about. So give me a second. Let's see here. Let's see what's actually worth it. So the Spurs play on Saturday, right? So that's, oh, thanks for the super chat, Larry. Happy birthday, Goat Pop. I didn't even know it was Pop's birthday. I was not going to let them lose on your day. 48 minutes. Keep your head up, Jeremy. Wait, keep your head up, Jeremy. Continue supporting your brothers. 67-15 season incoming. We're winning the chip. Believe, family. Heck yeah. All right, give me a second. Let's see what we got here. So we got that reaction. We got the one that was a huge. Okay, so those are two that's definitely gonna be uploaded, and then Friday and Saturday. So we got 3 segments. What do we want to talk about? We can do one about the game. One about I guess we can do the press conferences. What should the third one be? I came across something. I don't know if I want to go over that. I'll see how I'm feeling. It's one thing that I could bring up, but I don't want to bring the mood down. Well, there's some positives from it too. I don't know. Well, first and foremost, very impressed by my Spurs. Very impressed, but hopefully this wakes up. Hopefully this wakes up Mitch Johnson. Okay? So let's just dive straight into it. So first off, I am very proud of our boys today. So proud of them. Everybody, actually. Every single player on this roster I am proud of today on how they came out with that level of aggression. There's still quite a bit that I'm worried about when it pertains to Mitch and some of his decisions. We'll talk about that in a minute, but hopefully this was a game that kind of woke him up, because good God almighty, man, it's getting ridiculous, some of the stuff. But overall, I was very proud of them, very pleased, and the San Antonio Spurs actually brought the fight to Houston rather than just being on their heels all game. It was really nice to see. Really nice to see. Now, before we talk about it, really quick, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Link in the description. If you don't care about the daily fantasy sports aspect of it, you can just head on. Oh, what's this? I'm trying to do things on the court that nobody does, so I have to work. Yeah, see, this is why I love Sleeper. So if you go over to Sleeper, you go to the social media section, and you can see all the highlights, updates, injury reports, stats, breaking news, all that good stuff. So go over, check it out. And then if you want to do some daily fantasy sports on the app as well, it's really handy, right? You kind of see what's going on the feed, and then you can jump over to the picks and make your picks for the day. So it's really great. It's a really great app. So go check it out. If you don't want to do it for daily fantasy, at the very least do it just so you're up to date with stuff around the NBA. But use promo code CLAN and you get 100% match up to $100 if you do elect to do some daily fantasy. So, all right, so let's go ahead and talk about this game. So first and foremost, let me say this, chat. I am so proud of every single player on this team, because obviously, there's a lot of rumors going around. Well, not even rumors, actually just reports. These aren't just rumors. It's pretty cut and dry that this is what's going on. That Jeremy Sohan could potentially be off this team. So you have that roaming around, the locker room. I'm sure they've talked to him and it's out in the open. But he was there for his teammates. He was great being there for him. Kelly Olynyk, there's a lot of stuff out there on like how the Spurs could move him. But it seems like the Spurs, they just kept working, right? There was no like, oh, we might not have our boy. Like, they weren't worried about that. They came out and they realized, like, we've been playing so soft and we can't necessarily wait for Mitch Johnson or the front office to save us with this. Now, we still have a huge issue where the Spurs need a wing. I'm sorry. They need a really great defensive wing. You're going to need another power forward. So they have some stuff they got to work on and that the front office has to do. But I will say the team as a whole, oh my God, that was incredible performance. So a big chunk of it, there was a huge issue. But the fourth quarter and third quarter, I would say, was pretty doggone good. And it's pretty obvious what it was. And I don't quite understand why we come off of that. So I'll bring this. We already did a whole segment on this, so I'm not going to focus in on it too much. But let me show you guys something. I mean, it is so obvious why the Spurs are having such difficulties on the offensive end, especially the offensive end. It is so freaking obvious. But let's see here. Let me, did I already have it? I think I just reposted it. So I'm going to show you. Because there was a stat here that is very concerning that we did go over it. We did go over it, but I still think it's worth bringing up. Maybe I did put it on my bookmarks. Yeah, I did. I put it on my bookmarks. So, as you guys know, and this is going to be really brief because we already did a whole segment on it. We'll upload that on another time, but as you guys know, when the San Antonio Spurs are playing through Castle, we have one of our worst offensive ratings, one of the worst offenses. So we are in the 47th percentile when Fox and Castle are on the court together on offense. And as you know, if you've been watching the games, we're playing through Castle. Put the ball in Castle's hands, see what he can do with it. 47th percentile. When Castle's by himself, 45th percentile. No difference whatsoever whether Castle has Fox on the court or not. The bigger difference is on defense, which, I mean, for obvious reasons, right? But with Fox and he's solo, you're at the 96th percentile. And when Harper is solo on the court, 98th percentile. You're quite literally one of the best, if not the best, offense in the NBA when Harper or Fox are running things solo. What that tells me is this. No one, because if Fox is on the court by himself, no one else is running the offense. What that tells me is that the San Antonio Spurs need to play through Fox and Harper. And I think that there's going to be some growing pains. I think that you're going to, struggle at times, obviously, with Fox starting to, get used to this team and everything. But I don't understand it. I don't quite understand it. So with that being said, this is not a Castle is bad, Castle is trash. Castle is super important. And I think that this game displayed how good Castle is when you're not solely relying on him to have the ball in his hands. It was a lot of weird possessions for a big chunk of this game because they were playing through Castle. As soon as Mitch Johnson got off of that and started playing through Harper and started playing through Fox, our offense just looks better. It just overall looks so much better. And even if Castle's on this doesn't mean Castle needs to be benched. It's just how you're utilizing players. It's so obvious to me. Now, I'm not an NBA coach or anything like that. I mean, none of us are. But am I the only one that I can't be the only one that sees this? It's so obvious. So yeah, when Harper is just running the show, it's just much better. He's gonna make mistakes, but if you're gonna have Castle's leash this long, also extend that to Harper. Allow Harper's leash to be longer as well, so he can make those mistakes. Because at the end of the day, he's gonna be a far better point guard than Castle is. But Castle was awesome. He was absolutely awesome, just not as the point guard. So when you're going in transition, fast breaks, he's fine. It's cool. But when you're doing a half-court offense, I do not want to see Castle running the offense. It's stagnant. He makes very simple first reads. It's just nothing there. Fox isn't the best passer in the world, but I mean, you can even see from the percentile how good it is. But he's not the best passer in the world, but he keeps the defense moving because of how quick he is and how creative he is with the basketball. So at the end of the day, give me Fox, give me Harper with the ball in their hands, and you're going to be successful. And that's actually what I saw in the second half more so than anything else, is that when they actually got to just kind of run the show a little bit more, our offense looked better. It wasn't as stagnant anymore. The Spurs had the flow going. And then you topple that with the Spurs finally getting their pride back. Oh my God. The Spurs, they have not had any pride, man. I mean, we have just been stumbled over. We have been whooped. People grab, and even in this game, it was irritating. I was like, I really wish we had an irritant to be on the court and start something, because the way that they were treating Wemby was ridiculous, bro. Like grabbing him, he was bleeding from his arm. He's getting kicked in the head. He's getting thrown to the ground. And I know that this isn't anything new to Wemby. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Man, I don't think I'll. Maybe it was something that we posted. It was probably something we posted and no one else talked about it. Man, I hate when that happens. I need to save every single thing. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna be able to find it, but I would have to like search through my own channel to find it. But it was in the French league, I believe, and Wemby was just so bruised. No, it was in the Olympics, and Wemby was just so bruised up. It was ridiculous, man. So he's used to it. He's used to the bruises. He's used to the bumps, and people get so physical with him because how else do you guard him? I mean, Şengün was just grabbing on him, just flailing arms. It was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. And no flagrants, by the way. No flagrants. But overall, Wemby, he never. I do love this about him. I think he should complain a little bit more. But I do love it that he doesn't just sit there and complain and don't get back on the defensive end of the court. He's not Luka Doncic's level of crying, LeBron's level of crying at times. Like he's engaged in the game. Okay, you didn't call it. That's BS. I'll talk to the refs, the next time out, but that's BS, But he keeps playing. He just keeps going. It got ridiculous. It was so bad. It was absolutely so bad. But kept his chin up, kept fighting through it. And I thought that the Spurs played just aggressive, and I thought Wemby played aggressive. Rather than Wemby throwing elbows, which I think we should have some player on the court that gets a little irritated, but I digress. But instead of him throwing elbows, he showed the aggression on both ends of the court in his play. Like he was violent. He was playing violently. So I love to see that. Castle was absolutely incredible. His defense was just on point, bro. Like the way that my camera even got excited. The way that he guarded KD was just like wow, like absolutely wow. There's another elephant in the room, but we'll talk about that in a second. But let's go ahead and bring up these stats. There's ESPN. Let's look at these stats, y'all. He did get into it, Amen, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Cornette got into it with Tari Eason a little bit too, so that was nice. I don't know what Tari Eason was thinking. I don't know what he was doing there. All right. So I haven't seen the stats. I'm going to assume that Dylan Harper had 20 at least because Dylan Harper was incredible. Let's see. How much did Dylan Harper have? He has 16? Dang, how did he not have? That was the most impactful 16 I've ever seen in my life. Actually, it's plus minus. He was a plus 18. Wow. Okay. So let's get the negatives out of the way. There's not that many negatives, so I want to just get them out the way. I already told you one of them, so I won't harp on it anymore. Castle running the offense is stupid. I'm kind of done with it. I don't want to see that often anymore. And I think that second half kind of showed that, yeah, we probably need to stop doing that. So that's number one. But number two, you guys can look and say, oh, he's 4 for 6 and Harrison Barnes did okay. Harrison Barnes should not get 30 minutes. If the Spurs are going to trade Sohan, if that's what we're going to do, please, for the love of God, at this point, I'm not asking for too much. Just give me a player that can kick Harrison Barnes out of the starting lineup. That's all I'm asking for. Harrison Barnes is important. I think he's a fine player. I don't want him in my starting lineup anymore. I don't want him playing as many minutes as he's been playing. Please, for the love of God, can we stop doing that? Please. Please. I mean, at one point in this game, I mean, obviously you see more because it was garbage time, but at one point in this game, every single player on this team had a plus, a positive plus minus, and Harrison Barnes was the only one with a negative one. There was a reason for that in this game. I mean, his defense, bro, he was just getting blown by left and right. I mean, we had Barnes on KD, cooked. I mean, we had Barnes trying to guard Amen Thompson, cooked. Like, we had him on Şengün at one point, cooked. Like, I don't know why Harrison Barnes is in these games as long as he's in these games. I love him. I think that he is a fine player. He should be getting minutes. But man, good God almighty, bro. Can we please stop that? Another issue as well. So we got 3. We got Castle running point guard still. Yeah, stop that. We got Harrison Barnes in our starting lineup. Can we stop that? I mean, at this point, I would even move Julian Champagnie at power forward if we have to. Like, I do not care. Like, it's so bad. The defense is just so bad. But yeah, that's one thing. So Harrison Barnes is the second. And third, Carter Bryant. 3 minutes? Really, Mitch? Are we doing this again? Really? 3 minutes? Really? I don't know what 2 or 3 minutes is going to do for any player or any team. I don't know what that does for you. 3 minutes? Is that any development at all? Is that any... I don't see how that helps anything. 3 minutes. 3? We couldn't see any... There was no other minutes that he could have get. Maybe some of those Barnes minutes? Some of those... the 30 that Barnes had? He can get at least like 7 of those? 3 minutes? 3? 3 minutes. Three-minute warning. Yeah, 3-minute warning. 3 minutes. I mean, the leash. The amount of leash, bro. I mean, I thought Castle had a phenomenal game. When they more so they took the ball out of his hands and allowed him to be more off ball and stuff like that. Or I thought he had a phenomenal game at that point. Like, that's the type of player he is. That's the type of player he should be. Let him focus on some other stuff, man. Stop having him run the offense all the time. So I thought that he was great, but his leash is so long. I mean, he was running it for so long poorly. But for some reason, man, other players just don't, the leash is non-existent with Castle and Barnes, and like, just they're gonna get his regard. Well, Castle should get his because his defense is just so doggone good. But Harrison Barnes, he should be a game by game basis, man. He should be in a constant rotation, sure, where he's gonna get 10, and then you just kind of see where he's at from there. But 29, nah, guys, no one's gonna convince me that Harrison Barnes should get 29 minutes. Brian should be playing 15, 20 easily, bro. I can't even judge him for this -5. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's like he goes in, and then you just instantly like, no, you're not giving me anything. Go sit. 3 minutes, y'all. What does that do? Who does that help? I mean, I don't mean to be a complainer, but who does that help? So those are my 3 gripes. Those are my 3 negatives. That really bothered me. And it's not just something where I'm looking at it right now and I'm just like, this game, that really bothered me, and tomorrow it'll be better. I'm more so worried about what this is going to look like when we're in the playoffs, right? Like, Spurs are going to be a playoff team. Let's get Brian especially at this point, get him as many minutes as you can. At least, like you guys said, 15, that's great. Can we at least like bump it up a little bit? Allow him to get the flow of the game, get those reps, you know? And because I think at the end of the day, that is what's going to really help us. Like, because we need a Bryant right now, bro. We're going to need that. So, yeah, but not playing him at all. 3 minutes. I mean, you might as well just sat him for the entire game. I don't know what 3. I don't know who got a breather in those 3 minutes. I don't know if that helped his development at all in those 3 minutes. I don't know. That's not enough. 3 minutes is not enough. So yeah, so those are my gripes. But positives. San Antonio Spurs mentality was so much better this game, because you are in a position, and we talked about this before, you're in a position where prior you could bring the punch to teams. They didn't really know what to expect, and you kind of make a name for yourself. In each game, people were like, we got to play the Spurs. Wow, we got to see Wemby. We got to see Wemby in the nobodies, right? But now people are starting to get more recognition. Now scouts or scouting reports are coming out on you, and they're like, oh, okay, this is what we're got to deal with. We got to deal with this game. So teams are prepared. You're starting to see teams more than once, so they're really prepared for you. So you got to come in there and you got to have a little bit of an attitude, a little bit of a swagger. I didn't see much of that swagger for a big chunk of this game, I will admit. But that second half, especially when our offense started flowing a little bit more and we started pumping ourselves up, it was contagious. The defense was contagious. Everybody was locked in. De'Aaron Fox was playing great defense. Castle was playing great defense. Obviously, Wemby's always playing great defense. So sometimes he slipped up this game, but he was awesome. 5 blocks, 2 steals. Like, it was nasty. Every single player, it was just so nasty, except for Harrison Barnes. I don't know why we give him so much, but everyone was so great. Everyone was so great. It was just nice to see. Even, and this is what I've said before, right? Like, Devin Vassell, if this was last season, everybody will be talking about Devin Vassell. Everybody. I'm looking through my chat. I don't think one person brought up Devin Vassell today. And the reason being, because even if we lost, I don't think you would have. I'm trying to make sure that no one did. I don't see any Devin Vassells. The reason why you see that is because Devin is a 4th option now. Sometimes he can be, he can be a 3rd, but he's like a 4th option now. So with Devin Vassell being a 4th option, he can have performances like this and no one even blinks an eye. There's so many people that, in my opinion, wrongfully state that Devin Vassell has had so much improvement since last year. I don't think that that's the truth. I think Devin Vassell is the same player that he was prior, which is a decent, fine player. But at the end of the day, I think that with him being in a different role, a different position, that is, he shines a little bit more. So his great performances really stand out, because in his really great performances, he's looking like the 2nd or 3rd option in those games, right? So you really notice him. And then games like this where he's a little bit inconsistent, 1 for 5 from 3. You have no idea. You didn't notice it at all. And the reason being is because he's behind some other Titans for that game, you know? So Devin is perfect for this team. But at the same time, like, I don't think he's changed as a player like some people think, and that's fine. Vassell's coming off of an injury. I mean, he's coming off of an injury, but I'm talking even prior to this, before the injury this season. Like, I don't think that he's improved necessarily. I think he's always been good. He's just in a better position right now. But yeah. No need to critique Devin. You should. There shouldn't be any. You know, last season I kind of changed my tune on it. You know, I was at one point, I think I was a little disappointed, and then I kind of started thinking differently. Like, well, maybe Devin just isn't the second option, right? Like, maybe he's not as trash as everyone's saying, and he just should be a third or fourth option. Which, if you're a third or fourth option, you can be inconsistent. It's the guys that hurt us the most, like Fox or Wemby, or even Castle, when they're inconsistent, that hurts us. But if Devin's going to be the third, fourth, that's fine. You know, completely fine. Vassell and Sohan for OG. Ononobi. We got a lot of wishful thinking, guys. We got a lot of wishful thinking when it comes to that. I have no idea what's going to come out of this with this Sohan stuff. But that's some wishful thinking, my guy. That would be crazy, though. I'll be super excited if they did something like that. But anyways, so moving on. Any other takes that I have on this one? Fourth quarter, Rockets just couldn't find a bucket. Some things that's still concerning. So I know we're excited. I'm happy that we beat the Rockets. We made them our sons, as they should be. That's where they belong. You know, that's where they're the happiest. They can't handle it when they have more success than us. So they're right where they belong, right? They're right where they belong. It's a beautiful thing for the Houston Rockets. I'm so proud of them. They are our children once again. With them being our children once again, I will say this, though. Still some obvious issues here, and still some things where, you know, our effort and our heart kind of carried us in this one. But there's a few things, right? So I mentioned the Castle thing. I mentioned Harrison Barnes with the amount of minutes he gets, the lack of playing or utilizing Carter Bryant. But another thing that's a huge issue is this, guys. Our three-point shooting, 23% from three today. 23%. If the Rockets can keep within distance in that fourth quarter, it's going to be tough. But our interior defense was so good that they struggled. 39% overall from them. But still, guys, it's something that we probably need to pay attention to. So regardless of what the Spurs do, I think getting another piece would be ideal. Somebody who can genuinely shoot. I heard some stuff with about Jeremy Grant. That could be somebody that you can go after. But yeah, the Spurs obviously need something. And at this point, I'm kind of sitting back and I'm just like, give me a player that can kick Harrison Barnes out of the starting lineup, and a player that can also maybe shoot and play some versatile defense. That's all I'm asking for. I know that's actually a lot to ask for, but I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that, you know. Yeah. Bobby Portis. This is so unfortunate, bro. If it's so unfortunate that they can't just figure out how to use Sohan, but it's okay. Grant might be able to do some of that. He's not great. Yeah. Miles Turner. Kyle Kuzma. Ugh. You want Kyle Kuzma? Andrew Wiggins would be my target. This is so stupid. I hate that we're in this position. But with that being said, Spurs were great. I love the intensity. I love the toughness. I love the nastiness. And also just something to make you feel bad. You ready to feel some sadness? Hold on. Wait a minute. Is this muted? It's muted.
Ball head, ball head, ball head.
Big fucking dog.
Ball head, ball head, ball head.
Big fucking dog.
I hate you with every ounce of my body, Mitch Johnson. I hate you with every ounce of my being, bro. One more.
Ball head, ball head, ball head.
Big fucking dog.
I love it. Love it so much. Anywho, Spurs did good. No, you don't. Hate Mitch Johnson. Hey, that's the coach, man. I'll be kind. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. Mitch Johnson has some good qualities, but that was not one of them. Good God. Yeah, I don't know. That's another thing that worries me a little bit too, Brandon, is like you replace him. Maybe we do get the same archetype of player because you're going to need that type of archetype. Does he play? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I can try to justify Carter Bryant. Oh, he's a rookie, but like, still, even 3 minutes, bro. What? It could be worse. We could have Doc Rivers. Well, Doc Rivers have a track record of being quite awful. But yeah, that's all I got. Anywho, pretty good. Jeremy seems a million miles away when I was looking at the bench reactions, and I don't blame him, to be honest. Oh, you weren't really watching what I was watching because he was fully engaged in there and pumping up teammates and everything. No, he was there doing handshakes with Castle, and he was engaged. He wasn't like he didn't alienate himself or nothing like that. He was still there. Anywho, that's sad, but our San Antonio Spurs did their thing. I'm happy that we sunned the Houston Rockets as we should. And let's keep it going. So next we got the Charlotte Hornets. How well are the Charlotte Hornets doing right now? I've seen so many things. I was trying to look up the Brews stuff. Let's see, NBA standing. How have they been doing lately? They're Oh wait, what did I just do? Oh, I'm stupid. They are 11th. They're 20 and 28th. Oh, they're in a 4-game winning streak. Got it. Okay. Classic trap game. Yeah, for sure. So you got to be careful. Here, let's see. Let's look at. So we have them. And then we got Orlando. And Orlando is currently 7th in the East. So these aren't going to be, I don't think these will be easy games. And then you got Thunder. Now Thunder, that's going to be a bloodbath. Then you got Dallas twice. Okay. So we got a few tough ones. How did the Nuggets play today? I don't think the Nuggets played. No. Okay, they didn't play. All right, so hopefully the Nuggets can lose. Yeah, hopefully Nuggets lost to the Pistons, but I think we went live before that. Did we go live before that? No, we didn't. Yeah, hopefully they lose against the Nets. That would be great. They're on our tail. They lost yesterday. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna be all right. I'm proud of them. Alrighty. So we gotta take a look at something. I gotta change the stuff. Atlanta keeps winning. Don't tell me that. 4-game winning streak for Atlanta too. They just have to be mediocre, man. They just have to be mediocre. They can't help it. They have to be mediocre. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Actually, you know what? I am going to look at this. I said that it would be negative. It would be too negative to look at it, but I think it's important to look at. So give me a second. Let me just save it. All right, let me. Okay, so all right, so I wanted to show you guys something. I thought it'd be fun if we go through the current roster, at least how let's talk about the guys who's getting playing time so we can have a big enough sample size. But I thought it would be so interesting to take a look at this new analytic that has popped up on my timeline, and I want to just take a look at it. I think it'd be fun. Now, before we do that, big shout out to the sponsor Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Link in the description. Just use promo code CLAN and you will receive a 100% match up to $100. But yeah, it's very simple. You just Jaden Ivey make at least one 3-pointer. That ain't that bad. But yeah, all you do, you just go through, make your picks, and it is as good as golden. Okay, so go check that out. Link in the description. Just use promo code CLAN. You get a 100% match up to $100. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So check this out, guys. So shout out to Steph No. He said he built a contracts tool that projects what every player in the NBA is worth versus what they are paid. Here's what it says about AD, bad value, and Kobe White, good value. Tool is free, 0 ads for the community. Play around with it here. So this is interesting. So all you have to do is add in a player, and you get to see if they're worth what they're being paid. So who you guys want to start with? That's cool. It is cool. I'm going to start with Harrison. I'm going to start with Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes. All right, let's see. So, Harrison Barnes is actually slightly worth. Actually, I don't know if it's a good thing if your projected is exactly what you're worth. But Harrison Barnes is right where he's worth, though. So, 19 million projected value. He's actually he's doing a little bit better than what he's worth. What you think? Go with that, Julian. Oh, guys, Julian Champagnie is probably going to be crazy. I'm gonna make a prediction. I think Julian Champagnie is $10 million underpaid. What you guys thinking? $1 billion. What you think? I think Julian is 10 million easily. That's what I'm gonna go with. That's what I'm going with. Let's go. Whoa! 20 Julian Champagnie's performances, he's worth 24 million. Holy. Holy. $24 million. Oh my God. I mean, Julian has been incredible. I mean, we already know he's underpaid. But man, that's crazy. Whew. All right. Well, he is going to get paid. He's so underrated. He's so good. So good. All right. So no complaints there. Where should we go next? Let's go with, how about Luke Cornett? Just because. No one was going to say Luke Cornett. Luke Cornett, too. Oh, my God. Worth $24.5 million, making $11 million. So Luke Cornett is severely outplaying his contract as well. That's super interesting. I knew Luke Cornett was like, you know, the best backup center the Spurs could have possibly gotten. Do Wemby? Do Keldon Johnson? I think I saw Keldon Johnson first. So I'm going to do Keldon. All right, let's see. Keldon's actually underplaying his contract, but only slightly. I feel like if it's within $1 million, we can just say he's playing up to his contract. So let's not do him like that. He's playing to his contract. Let's just say he's playing to his contract, okay? Yeah. Which, I mean, it makes sense. Some things, just like I said with other players, you know, Keldon, especially this season, I wouldn't say this last season, but this season, his stats don't give him full justice as far as what he's bringing. You know, some of those intangibles, things that you just can't really measure, like him as a teammate, him in the locker room, the energy that he brings, the mental toughness, consistency, even defensive consistency that you can see from him. Like, it's probably not showing up. It's probably not showing up. So I would say that he's either playing to his contract or outplaying his contract, and it just doesn't show up. Carter Bryant. I don't want to do like the guys that barely get any playing time, man. I mean, we can, but yeah. See, like, it's not going to do anything. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter. Wemby, bro, you already know Wembanyama is going to be like worth like $50 million. Yeah, there it is. Wembanyama is worth $55.6 million. Supermax. Sohan's another one that's barely played. We can do Sohan, but he's barely played, so you know it's going to be messed up. And he's still on his rookie contract. It's going to be really messed up. Yeah, see? Fox. Let's do Fox. De'Aaron Fox. That makes sense. I've been saying this. De'Aaron Fox is actually having... Hold on, let me bring up his stats. De'Aaron Fox is actually having one of his worst seasons of his career. And this is, I'm sorry, Mitch Johnson's fault. I don't care. And the reason why I say this is Mitch Johnson's fault is because we are not utilizing him correctly. Like, we are not willing to take some of the growing pains that's going to come from him just running the offense mostly. We are so hooked on, well, Castle did it last season, that we're just allowing Castle to do it over Fox. Fox sitting in a corner does not give you much of anything. Fox is a decent defender. He's an okay defender, but his defense doesn't make up for him sitting in a corner on offense. He has to be involved almost at all times on the offensive end for him to be, for him to give you something, right? But yeah, he's having one of his worst years. Now, percentage-wise, I wouldn't say that, right? Like, 3-point percentage, it's one of his best, if not his third. He's his third best shooting performance from outside of his career. So that's really good. But overall, how many points he's averaging? This is a guy that should be at like 25 right now. Like, he should be at 24, 25 points per game, and he's sitting right at 20. Inexcusable. In my opinion, that's on Mitch. We're not correctly utilizing him. We use Fox as a role player too often. And then even when we talk about like, oh, can you finish for us? That's ridiculous, because he shouldn't be like, he should be the finisher, sure, but you don't even write up any plays for him. It's just like, hey, go out there and save us. At least when he got that award for, you know, the most clutch player of the year, it was plays drawn up for him. But whatever. All right, who else are we talking about? So Fox, yes, he's underperforming based on his contract, but I think that's on Mitch. Do Kevin Durant. Jesus. Devin? Okay. Oh. It's kind of funny because I've been saying this a little bit, right? Like, Devin has not changed as a player, and that's fine. But so many people have just said that he's improved so much. Oh my God, Devin Vassell, have you seen him? He's improved his game. He's improved his game. And it's like, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Devin Vassell is the exact same player he's been the last like 2-3 years. Like, I don't think he's improved that much. And that's not a bad thing. I think Devin Vassell, where he is right now, if he's like this for the rest of his career, is cool. But the issue that, you know, the issue for me is when people say like he is so much better than, no, he ain't. No, he's not. He's just in a better role right now. Better position. Devin is overpaid. Maybe overpaid a little bit. Yeah, maybe overpaid a little bit. Yeah, maybe over. Harper. Ooh, you already know Dylan Harper is gonna be. Ooh, it's gonna be. Wait, let's see. Oh, I thought Dylan Harper's would be better than that. Huh. Well, he's getting paid about what he's worth. Really? Really? Yeah, he has been struggling. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, he's had some really bad performances here and there. Maybe that's what it is. Not enough data? I think it's enough data on him. Hey, whatever. Who else? You said Kelly Olynyk. Olynyk also, you know, similar to what I was saying about Sohan, he hasn't played much, so I don't want to, like, crap on him. But it looks like he's overperforming his contract. Do Mitch... I thought I'm missing players. Somebody says somebody. Did we already do Castle? We didn't do Castle yet, did we? Let's do Steph Castle. Steph Castle. That's not good. The reason why this is not good, this is really bad. The reason why this is really bad, because did that just show Dylan Harper? Did that show Dylan Harper is worth more? Dylan Harper's at 10.8. Dylan Harper's worth more. That is not good. I don't know what Mitch Johnson is doing, bro. I do not know what he's doing. And this isn't Castle's fault. By the way, I think that this is... I think Castle should be worth more than this. But based on how the Spurs have used him, bro, like, it's not that surprising that he's like, oh yeah, he's worth 10. Like, that is not that surprising. Now you listen to ESPN talk about him, you'll think that he's like 20 million a year, but Castle needs to go to Austin. No. What? Dude, that's a hater comment. Don't say that. That's crazy. That's a crazy take. No, he would just cook. He would cook Austin. That's silly. You might be trolling. Castle should be getting, like, he gets like 30 minutes. He should be getting 30 minutes a game easily. 30 something minutes. Like, he should be playing as much as Spurs can play him, but he shouldn't have the, like, offense ran through him in the half court. That should never happen. I'm sorry. Maybe on occasion, especially if he were to come off the bench, he's going against other second units, sure, but I'm getting so tired of Castle just running the offense, bro. It's driving me crazy. So that's really bad. As much as the Spurs use him and they're like, yeah, he's worth 10 million. He's worth what he's getting paid. That is bad. That is not good. Harper's way better. Harper is a way better offensive player for sure. Like, I don't even think we should question that. Like, he's more creativity, better passer, higher IQ on the offensive end, better vision. You know, He's nowhere near the type of defender Castle is, but he's a pretty decent one. Yeah, he's obviously better. Who else we doing? Derek White? Oh, you know Derek White is gonna be. Derek White is underpaid. Yeah, he's underpaid. Josh Primo? Would they even have Josh Primo on here? Yeah. Who else we got? We're missing people. Did we do Keldon already? I think we did Keldon already. Yeah, we already did Keldon. Let me look at our roster. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do... We already did Devin. Maybe we did do everyone. Yeah, I think we already did everyone. Any other players you guys want to see real quick? Trey Jones? Trey Jones is probably underpaid. Yeah, severely underpaid. DJ? Would DeJounte even be on here for this season? Oh my God. SGA. He will be what he's worth, right? Whoa. SGA is worth 60 million. These players make so much money. It's crazy, bro. Jakob and Jokic. Let's do Jokic first. We'll do a few more. Yeah, he's underpaid. It's crazy when you're making 55 million and you're underpaid. That's crazy. Chet. I would assume. Chet projected 44.6 million. Are they high? 44.6? I mean, I guess it's based on what he's producing. I wonder if this is Darko. I wonder if this also has to do with maybe partly the team you're on too. I don't know. 44.6 is crazy. He should be paid way more than this. He's obviously underpaid. But 44? Nearly 50 mil? Like, I don't know. Ginobili won't be on there. LeBron? Wow. Şengün. Şengün's probably underpaid, right? Oh, no, he's paid about what he's worth. Zion. Paid. Whoa. Jesus. Very overpaid. Wilt Chamberlain. I'm gonna do one more. Let's see. I'm gonna do one that interests me. Let's see. Let me look through. Jakob, Mamu. Stop saying Trey Murphy. Who doesn't love Trey Murphy? Dude's looking overpaid. Zion, that's crazy. Alvarado. I'll do it says Zach Collins. Alright, let's do Zach Collins. About what he's worth. Ja actually is one I would care about. Super overpaid. It's kind of crazy because a lot of players, we just kind of look at them, we're like, yeah, they're overpaid. Yeah, they're overpaid. But yeah. That'll be the last one I do. Crap. You know what? I'm kind. Michael Porter Jr. is overpaid. About 9 million overpaid, actually. Nah, they're going to be the same. That's the last one. That was fun, though. So hopefully they give you some type of idea of who's performing super well and who's not. But also, I don't want to just put it all on them. Like that Stephon Castle one is pretty bad, I'll admit. But also, it's Mitch Johnson's fault. Like, the way that we're using him, he should, with his talent level, he should be severely outperforming his contract. Like, easily, at least $5 million more, at the very least. Because we can recognize how important he is to the team. But for this to come out and just be like, oh, yeah, he's about worth that, that's crazy. That's really crazy. We need to use him differently for sure. And I think his number will go up on what he's worth. But, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. That was fun. This is kind of cool. All right, let's see. Last but not least, let's take a look at these press conferences, man. Yeah, he's awesome off ball. What really bothers me is the hate that Castle gets. For some reason, people have classified me as like a Castle hater. I don't really know where that came from. I really hate the amount of hate that he gets, because people start saying stuff like he should go, he should be traded. Oh my God, he's trash. Like, at some point, can we just recognize that it's Mitch Johnson with this? All right. Let's take a look. San Antonio Spurs. Mitch Johnson, the greatest coach of all time. He had some things to say for y'all, man. He has some words of wisdom for y'all, man. He's tired of y'all talking trash about him, especially me. Yeah. It's time to hear from Mitch Johnson. Yeah. That's right, chat. That's right, chat. Mitch execute Johnson. Yeah, did the Spurs execute today? I love to hear about whether or not my team executed today. So before we take a look at what Mitch has to say, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Just use promo code CLAN and you get 100% match up to $100. Or you can head on over to the home screen, and if you want to just keep up with what's going on around the NBA, you can see the San Antonio Spurs put a butt whooping on the Houston Rockets. You can relive it through this app, in which you can see some highlights, injury reports, stats, breaking news, all that good stuff. Go check it out. Link in the description. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at what little Mitchy Mitch had to say. Should we just do all of them? We can do Mitch and then we can do Vic, I think. Or should we do Vic and then we do Mitch? I want to do Vic and then I want to do Mitch. Pause.
The fourth quarter defense, is that something you guys hope you can replicate every quarter that you ever play?
Yeah, I mean, that's always the goal, but...
Can I say something? I thought it was absolutely disgusting and cowardly, and I can't stand ESPN. I can't stand these big companies, man. I thought it was absolutely disgusting that they had a segment talking about what Wembanyama said about ICE, And instead of showing the entire quote, they did the safest part of the quote, which is the second half of the quote, and didn't even bring up, like they said, Doris Burke said, oh, I'm pretty sure he said more than that. Disgusting for them to leave out the part on him saying civilians getting murdered. Oh, that's too much. Let's keep it PG here. Disgusting, bro. Absolutely disgusting. That pissed me off. That was so bad. This is why I can't stand it, bro. A lot of times I watch games on mute, bro. I love to listen to like debates and stuff like that. I'll put on a debate while I watch the game. Sometimes I'll be on the phone while I watch the game, but I thought that was sick. That was nasty work. Corporations don't care. Corporations are disgusting, bro. Horrible, 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 horrible. Should be ashamed of themselves. God, man, the complacency with some people. But shout out to Wemby, bro. He's a real one.
How many points is scoring before?
What's the question?
How many points in the fourth quarter?
13.
Yeah, I know good hair. Exactly.
I mean, the game is not. They're never gonna end with 52 points, but I mean, it's yeah. Of course, it's the goal to get closer and closer to that, and also to reduce the less good stints.
Regarding what Smith Jr. said earlier today, it feels like these two teams don't really like each other. Do you have a similar sentiment, and why do you think that is?
Who said that? Somebody said that?
Stints.
Regarding what Smith Jr. said earlier today, it feels like
I mean, this isn't CNN, bro. Oh, okay. So murder's acceptable if it's someone else. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess. What?
these two teams don't really like each other. Do you have a similar sentiment?
I didn't hear who said
Today,
that.
it feels like these two teams. Regarding what Smith Jr. said earlier today, it feels like
Jabari
these two
Smith.
teams don't really like each other. Do you have a similar sentiment, and why do you think that is? So.
I mean, I think the Rockets.
By the way, you guys probably can't hear it. Hold on.
In the league, they I think it's a compliment, but people don't like playing against them. You know, it's just the brand of basketball they play. So it's like, yeah, I think teams in general don't like playing against them, and we're not an exception.
You said last time you were here, I think that the Rockets and other teams have kind of a blueprint for defending you. Why do you think you broke through that tonight?
I mean, activity, physicality, pace. This is the game. This is the game in those games. And this, for me, I mean, this comes with physical preparation. Obviously, I mean, not trying to find excuses or whatever, but like right now, we had 2 days off before, so it helps, but we always need to channel that from us at any game. And me personally, I'm trying to work in the summer so I can have more games like this, you know? It's almost like today I felt like
they were trying to bait the rivalry between you and the Houston Rockets, and he didn't really bite. He just kind of like, yeah, people just don't like playing the Rockets. I don't know how I feel about it.
it was the first game of the season. Like I was in like first game of the season shape, you know what I mean? Just because we had one
or
game.
Or people just don't like playing against the Rockets, which is fine.
5 previous days.
How were you able to sort of weather the storm? It seemed like there was a level of patience from you. Like you didn't try to get it all right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gradually got it.
Yeah. You said level of the storm. It didn't feel like, it never really felt like it was a disaster, you know, during the game, even when we were down double digits. It felt like 16, yeah. There's double digits, right? So it felt like, yeah, we were patient. We didn't try to rush and we didn't overreact. Because we do need to react, which we did, but often we overreact.
When you look at your box score, you see 15 free throws.
I thought a big part of the game the Spurs were playing too fast. But I also think that comes down to just having Castle run the offense all the time. Like it kept being like the first read. Okay, let me try to take the shot instead of just kind of going through the progressions and just being a little slower, just kind of letting the game come to you a little bit more. It was kind of weird. I didn't like that. But yeah, the Spurs seemed rushed at times.
Something about the way you played that game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I often talk about how one of my goals, I need to be able to impact the game in different areas, I didn't make it 3 tonight, and I think I shot 0 for 3. And yeah, but it's still impactful. So that's what I need to do every night. And the day I get.
Spurs as a whole were horrible from 3, 23%. So it's still something that we should be worried about, because some games you're not going to be able to like hold a team to 99 points, under 100 points. But with that being said, I do think that leaning on our defense, the Spurs were able to do that. And that's what you asked for, right? That's what you asked for.
I make 8 threes, it's going to be an amazing night.
When you're going on runs like you had in the third and fourth quarter, do you feel like that energizes and brings an extra spark to your team, so to speak?
For sure. I mean, things like that are contagious, and we need to emphasize them. And the opposite is contagious as well, and we need to reduce it, But I think one of the main reasons we won that game is because we, especially in the second half, like we were.
Chat, my only point was, I think it's disgusting to take out his quote the way that he took out his quote. I thought that was gross. That's my own point. That's my point. Really nasty work. At that point, how about you just don't bring it up at all? Like, you just half-heartedly doing enough. Like, you're not doing, not even enough. You're just horrible.
First to hit on every position.
Horrible.
The fourth quarter, Steph guarded Albie some, he guarded KD some. Like, how valuable is it to have a guy that can take on both those matchups and handle them?
No, I mean, that's his worth. He can shut down guys. He did tonight. Having a guy so good on both sides of the floor.
Do not get mad at me when I say this. This is a super random thought. Wemby has a Willow's Peak. For Halloween, I need him to be Vegeta. Just one time. Just be Vegeta. I know that. I don't think he's a Dragon Ball fan. I know that our boy Fox is, but we need that. We need that to happen.
Just amazing. Every game, I'm so glad we got him at the draft. It's amazing.
I asked Mitch before about when you dove for that loose ball that was like
It misrepresents what he said completely. Completely misrepresented what he said. Like they took the quote that made it seem like Wemby didn't speak out for it, but then they end up saying Wemby spoke up and that was nice that he was finding his voice. Like, shut up. That made me so angry, bro. Like, if you're gonna show the quote, show the quote.
That ball, you need
So
for it anyway.
I didn't?
Yeah.
Why didn't I do it?
They already blew it, then you just dove for it anyway, because
It's like 3 seconds after.
Oh, they had 3 seconds shot clock?
No, like 3 seconds after the play was over, you still dove for it.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, because if ever there's a challenge and the ball went out of bounds, like it might be something. But if I catch it early enough and there's a challenge and we win it, we get the ball.
I mean, the reason I asked was just because Mitch said at halftime he lit into you guys and felt that you
No,
guys,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, the goal is to have every night this level of dedication. All right. Thanks.
Cool. So Mitch John, man, maybe we should have started with Mitch. All right, I'm gonna go back. This isn't what Mitch has to say. Did I say? What did I say? Widow's Peak? Willow's Peak? What did I say? Willow's Peak or Widow's Peak? I don't know what I said. Widow's Peak.
You had Victor guarding a man, or I guess more like sitting in the paint while covering a man, and that seemed to completely shut down their offense. Can you just explain that, the decision there, the game plan, and why you think it worked so well?
It's something we've done before in other teams, I think. obviously Victor is a deterrent at the rim, and that's where Thompson does a lot of his damage. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but honestly, I think it's, the job that everybody else was doing around that allowed Victor also to be that impactful at the rim, because he wasn't chasing a bunch of other actions or guys getting loose. I don't think we had, when we settled in, especially in that fourth quarter, rejects, back cuts, shot fakes, pass fakes, keeping guys in front or at least staying attached to them if we're on their side. And so, then you add Victor at the rim. And so even if guys are penetrating, he's at the rim. And a lot of times Thompson's looking to cut there too.
That sounds like a PS5.
We had quite a bit of...
Did y'all hear that? Was that a PS5 in the background? Who started up a PS5?
Shot fakes, when we settled in, especially in that fourth quarter, rejects, back cuts, shot fakes, pass fakes, keeping guys in front or at least staying attached to them if we're on their side. And so, then you add Victor at the rim. And so even if guys are penetrating, he's at the rim.
You heard that?
Then you add Victor at the rim. And so even if guys are penetrating, and so, then you add Victor at the rim. And so even if guys are penetrating, he's at the rim. And a lot of times Thompson's looking to cut there too. So we had quite a bit of, whether it's collisions at the rim or traffic jams, whatever you want to call it, but crowds. And we did a much better job securing some rebounds, loose balls, 50-50 balls there later on in the game.
Clan, do you like pizza or pasta more? Neither, because I'm doing low carb. But if I had to choose... Dang, that's actually a tough one. Pasta.
How do you think Victor handled the physical?
Oh, what games am I playing right now? I'm gonna continue Yakuza Kiwami 2 because I already pre-ordered Kiwami 3 and I need to finish Kiwami 2. But then I also have Ghost of Yote I haven't played. Oh man, and I didn't finish Expedition 33. I'm only halfway through, and I love that game too. You still play Marvel Rivals? All the time. A little too often, honestly. I might do it when I get off. I think I'm gonna study some Japanese and then maybe play some Yakuza and then yeah. God, it's really late though.
The Rockets threw at him and
Play
knocked
Ninja
him to the
Gaiden
ground.
4. I used to love Ninja
Obviously
Gaiden
put
2.
up some good numbers despite that today.
I thought Victor's...
Yakuza is my favorite game or series of all time. That's why, yeah. It's like when I think of it, it's the greatest thing ever.
As well as his teammates' competitive response as the game went on and got much better. It felt like we were a little frantic, rushed, in a hurry. Sorry for the lack of vocabulary. Freaking out early on. We were down 8, I think, at half or something like that. And at times in the game, it felt like we were down 25, just the way we were acting. And it wasn't necessarily the self-pity or down in our, body language. It was just, we just hadn't settled into the game. And I thought he did it.
Well, I mean, there's talks of one of their teammates are going to leave. Maybe it's a little bit of that. Also, they've been playing so soft lately, so they wanted to make sure, no, we got to show more energy. But also, I think a big part of it is stop allowing Castle to just run the show the whole time. I feel like in the second half, we came out of his hands a little bit more and went into or allowed Fox to run things and allowed Harper to run things a little bit more, and we just looked better offensively. But yeah, we definitely looked rushed. One thing I was impressed by was the fact, what Mitch just said, because I think I was on the phone with Switch Hill at the time. I was like, bro, it feels like we're down by 20, but the fact that we're only down by 10 is crazy. And it just shows how good we are. But yeah.
Great job with that as well as his teammates. And then we just started executing on both ends and put some physicality into it, obviously. And you have to match that team's physicality or they will steamroll you.
I don't want to just see more Dylan Harper, Phantom. I want to see more Dylan Harper with the ball in his hands running the offense. That's what I want to see. And the funny thing about it, this is like the worst part of all of this, is ball in your hands, Dylan Harper and Fox are better, right? Like those two with the ball in their hands, they're better than with the ball out of their hands. Now, Dylan Harper is a pretty fine off-ball player, but he's much better if the ball is in his hands. So, same thing with Fox. Castle, he's much better if the ball isn't in his hands than when it is. And even if you wanted to keep the ball and allow him to initiate the offense or whatnot, that's fine if you want to do that with Castle. But we need to run plays for Fox. Like, just when I say like play through a certain player, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to have the ball in their hands. Like, you can take a look at the old Celtics teams, right? And at times they would elect to play through Ray Allen. Ray Allen didn't just have the ball in his hands. He's running around screens and the plays is set up for him. You can see it Steph Curry. Like, Steph Curry, he's really great with the ball in his hands, but playing through him doesn't necessarily look like he just has the ball coming up the court. But what the Spurs are asking us to do at times, it feels like they want to set it up for Fox, but at the same time also run through Castle. I don't see how that's going to work, you know? Yeah, it's like, my boy Swish brought this up. He said it'd be kind of like playing Harden with a Curry offense. It's just not going to work. Like, why are we playing through Castle as heavy as we're playing through Castle? Because he's very predictable. Like, we all know where the ball is going, you know, when he picks it. And sometimes it's really great. Sometimes he gets to the line. Sometimes he, gets some and one. Sometimes, I mean, he it's good. It's impressive. His ability to just muscle through to the paint and everything. That's great. But it shouldn't be our first option all the time. It's frustrating.
Victor hits the ground a lot. It's usually kind of necessity, like protective joints, so he just falls. There was a play where I think they blew it dead, and there was a loose ball, and he dove for it, even though the play was dead. I'm wondering, just as a coach, when you see like him that determined and that locked in, that he's diving for loose balls that aren't even real, like how does that feel?
Yeah, I was pretty mad in the first half. There were some basketballs to be had, rebounds, 50-50 balls, loose balls. They got on the floor in the first half, and we did not. And in the second half,
all right, Mitch.
You felt our physicality, anticipation, relentlessness, pursuit of the basketball raised, and he got on the floor a couple times, and we needed it, and we have to play that way.
Is that why there's a cup of water there? Did you have to yell at them at halftime?
I did, and they yelled at each other. It was a game. We.
I want to be in the locker room. I want to be in the locker room. I want to see players yell at each other. Please. Please.
We know how teams want to play us, and this team plays that way anyway. So we knew this was going to be a game of physicality, and if we didn't match it, we were going to get punked. And we've had enough games now that there's no secret that that's going to be part of the blueprint. And we're more than capable of holding our own in our own way, and we have to continue to do that more of the 48 minutes. And it was just nice.
Okay, Mitch. Trying to win me back, I see.
To see that we did it enough tonight, especially as the game went on.
Part of that fourth quarter defensive performance was Steph spent some time guarding Alby.
When do you believe Wemby will start getting the holding foul calls prior to getting the pass? Wemby has and thank you for the super chat, man. Wemby has such an advantage just because of his height and skill set and everything. I think a lot of times refs let it go, or else you'll be calling fouls all game. But I think that he'll start to get it once he starts speaking up about it. And I don't think that he does that enough, which I love that toughness. And I don't even mean like after the game complain about refs or anything like that. Like, but in game, I think he should talk to him a little bit more. But it'll be a minute, I think. Larry says he think it'll be in the playoffs. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question though. It's a little ridiculous. Like, some of those should have been flagrants, man. How physical they were trying to be with them, but the Spurs matched it. I was shocked. Kudos to Mitch.
Kevin.
Eventually, you may match it. They didn't
think
first.
you did with those matchups, and what kind of benefit is it for you to have a guy that can guard both of those matchups?
I thought this was, I think he's had more than a few, but this was his first all NBA defense type performance he's had in a minute. And it was good to see, because that's got to be his calling card, and that is his calling card. And just to see him do that against a team like this and the matchups that he had was well received, and we need it all the time.
The beginning of the year, like the defense that stood out for Steph was he was really good at like point of attack pressuring guards, but Durant and Schengen are like two completely different guys that are way bigger than him, but he held his own. Like, what have you seen? What has been the growth for him over the course of the year?
Yeah, I think part of that growth, just when you're a young defender, you're going to play such unique skill sets and types of different personnel at this level that you probably never faced before. A 7-foot guy like Durant, a big guy like Sengun who handles the ball. Like, I don't know how much Steph Castle or anybody has guarded guys like that as they've grown up and come through the ranks. And
these are the reasons why I like him as a coach, but rarely see him like this. Well, the thing is, we know for a fact, because we witnessed it already, that Mitch Johnson, there's a couple things playing on the side. I would say 3 things playing on the side of liking Mitch Johnson. Number one, we know how he motivates. We've already seen it. There's footage of it. It's out there. It's undeniable that he is really good with his words. Number 2, I would say that, he was chosen, right? Like, Wemby didn't say he wanted a different coach. And if Wemby did, then they would have did that, right? And you could say like, oh, Wemby's really young, he doesn't know. But Wemby literally ran a franchise basically in France. So he knows what he wants. He knows what works, what doesn't. So he liked Mitch Johnson. So he wanted Mitch Johnson. So those are 2 things right off the bat. So number 1, he can motivate, and he really liked him. And the third thing that plays that could help you like him is that there's a lot of testimonials around the league on what type of basketball mind he has, and so many different coaches, great coaches like Eric Spoelstra has praised Mitch for who he is and everything. So those are all great things. Those 3 things are really great things, and that could always convince you into the realm of, oh, he's a decent or to good coach. But it has been a lot of mismanagement with player roles and rotations. So I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's great or he's elite. Right now, I'm just kind of in the middle. Like, he's okay. And I'm sure he'll change my mind with time. Any direction.
so there is a different level of focus and a different level of...
He's old enough to hold authority and young enough to connect with young guys. I guess. Old enough to hold authority. I guess, but like, how old? He's still in his 30s, isn't he? Is Mitch Johnson still in his 30s? How old is he, chat? I'll just ask chat.
layered game plan execution, detail, tendency, all those things that you have to study to know these
39?
types of players.
Okay.
And then also what everybody else does on the court to be able to know who you're closing out to and shifting off of, et cetera, et cetera. But he's more than capable. And like I said, he's an all-NBA defender when he puts his energy and focus into the right areas. And I thought tonight he was one.
Mitch, will you speak to just Dylan taking some big shots tonight, and especially in the fourth quarter?
I thought he's been trending for the last few games. Obviously, the box score jumped out and when he went on a run. But I think he's done a great job of playing the right way, playing with pace, and being aggressive, but also keeping the game simple. And it's amazing with some of the guys on our team, they do that, and their talent jumps off the page, and it looks amazing.
You talked about
Steph Castle, man. Keep it simple. He looks great.
guys forget.
Actually, I want to listen to Steph Castle after this.
And it seemed though like throughout all that
37?
physicality, there was like a level of patience from Victor. You know what I mean, to kind of endure. Did you see it that way?
Yeah, I thought we tried to match the physicality from the jump. I don't think that was the problem tonight. And maybe we put a little too much energy into that or that took away from some of the other stuff. But it just felt like we were just a little out of sorts, and it felt like we were a little rushed. But it did feel like we were also at the same time together and had enough poise that you felt like if we could just string a couple good minutes together, that we could stay in striking distance, and we did that at the end of the half. And so I think that helped us a lot, just going into the half down 8 instead of down 16, and just saying, hey, we didn't play a good half. Let's catch our breath, settle in, and start playing some, possession basketball, and walk the game down.
Then we walk it down. All right. What's up, T.I.?
Schedule, and when you're not doing that, do Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I try and hang my hat on that end. So, any challenges that the coaches give me on that end, I kind of accept it. So, I thought we did a great job team defending. With those guys, you can't guard them really one-on-one. So, we had great communication behind me when I was guarding those guys. So, I was able to get a few stops in the fourth.
You look at it as no matter how things are going for you on offense, makes or misses, like the defense is something you can count on every night. I'm talking about me personally.
For me personally, yeah, definitely. I feel like that's a non-negotiable. Whether shots going in or not. I feel like that can't change my aggressiveness or my energy on that end. So I thought it was a great showing tonight.
Mitch said that he yelled at you guys at halftime, and you guys all yelled at each other. We came back and we're going for 50-50 balls, all that. What was that? When did you yell at somebody? Somebody yell at you?
Pretty much just stop being soft. I feel like at the end of the game they were kind of punking us a little bit, and I feel like that's not the identity of our team. It hasn't been that all year. So
at times it has been, but yeah. That's been my whole thing. Stop getting punked, bro. Stop being punked.
We were down. We knew why we were down. So, just yelling at each other to fix it. Nobody in our locker room takes anything personal. We all trying to get better.
By the
together,
way,
so.
Not calling somebody out in particular, but it was somebody in particular, but I won't call them out. I tweeted something out saying like weeks ago that the San Antonio Spurs have been soft. And somebody took that and was like, man, this narrative, people just come up with whatever narrative they want. These narratives that people try to come up with. Do you feel stupid now? I hope those people that actually thought that feel stupid now, because obviously they have been soft. That should be the narrative. They have been. Like protecting, like I love my Spurs more than I think anybody in the world, but protecting our image in that way is weird. Like the Spurs have been soft. That's okay. That doesn't mean that I think every player is a soft person. That doesn't mean that I think they're trash. That doesn't mean any of that. You can be doing something but not necessarily be that in that moment, No, it wasn't him. It was somebody else.
All the stuff that, we were quote unquote yelling at each other, it was just to help. So
yeah, no shit.
Does that feel good to have those moments? Like you guys, there wasn't a ton of pressure early on because you guys were overachieving.
I was so mad after that Thunder game. I saw Wemby on the ground. I saw Champagnie get punched in the face, and I saw Dylan Harper go up and give Champagnie a hug. What?
Like now the season's going on, the stakes are getting higher. You're probably feeling more pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So is it good to have those moments where you just like release that pressure and then you get back on the same page?
Yeah. Like I said, just getting back to our identity. I feel like if we do those things, the little things, we're gonna win majority of the games that we play in. And the games that we lose, we understand why. We're not coming out of games, confused on why we lost games. We know exactly why we lost those games. So just fixing up those things, and it feels good when you do it the right way and come out with a win.
Victor had some pretty dominant, impressive stretches in the fourth there. When he's rolling like that, does that lift the spirit and energy of your group?
Yeah, definitely. He's the head of the snake, so his presence on defense, and then him being able to create shots for us, create shots for himself on the other end, especially late in a game like that against a team like that, it definitely boosts the energy for our team. So I feel like we needed that from him tonight. And last time we were here, we talked about it. It's not any secret. We didn't play well, so we needed him to have a good game tonight, and he did.
When you see Vic being the guy that's diving on the floor for loose balls in midcourt, what does that do for the rest of the team?
It doesn't matter who it is, 1 through 15. No matter what's on the clock. That's what we talk about. That's what we preach. So, he's no exception to that. So, even being who he is, how tall he is. If we want to win basketball games, he's gonna have to be a part of that too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Man, the amount of maturity that Steph Castle spoke with right there is just absolutely great. But just overall, yeah, San Antonio Spurs have been soft. It's great that they acknowledge that. It seems as if this team, you know, they all embraced a certain level of toughness. And what's most important about this win is you did that. You changed it. You flipped the script. You got more aggressive. Everyone was more aggressive in the second half. And then what happened? You won the game. So that just kind of feeds into, you know, that evidence that, hey, you play hard, you play tough, you don't let them punk you, you win basketball games. So it's a loop, man. We need to be addicted to this again. We've had too much success. You got to stay really good all the time because teams are coming for your crown. You second in the West, and they need to recognize that you are second in the West, a top 3 team in the NBA, top 3, top 4 team in the NBA. Teams will come after you. So, really good to see. I'm proud. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of this team. They did great today. Still some stuff that bothers me, obviously.
Shit.
Should I just like take all these? I probably should take all of these. I'm so glad that everyone yelled at each other for being soft, though. That makes me happy. That Wemby block on KD. Yeah, the way he creeped up. KD was so concerned with Steph, he didn't even know Wemby was coming. Also, lack of communication on the Houston Rockets side, too. But we punked them in that second half. We should not be getting punked by anybody. We should be the ones doing the punking. Period. Anyways, that was good stuff. The heck just happened? Okay. Yeah, that was really good stuff. Well, I'm gonna hop off. I appreciate the love. But yeah. I get with you guys on, it's an early game Saturday. I think I might be hanging out with somebody on Saturday if the weather's right. That'll be nice. So I guess right after the game, we'll have time. I could probably do a quick live stream and still be able to make it where I'll be going. So, yeah. I'll see you on Saturday. We're going to go live. Early game. Yeah, I think it's like 2, right? So, anyways, everyone have a good night. I'll get with you later. Bye, bye, bye. See you later. Good win.